theories, and
Gotcha.
without explaining anything.
Okay.
Apparently, he needs to do it via stream, which I won't be
Right.
watching because I'm
Well, of
driving.
course. No, no,
I'm waiting to hear the
that's
argument.
that's a given.
Obviously, yeah. You gotta stream, bro.
Obviously, like, how else do you get your Twitch subs? Like, come on now.
I'm
Like,
waiting.
let's go.
Oh,
Is he streaming on Twitch?
Who fucking knows?
Oh.
Are you doing it on Kick, Facebook, or what's your platform?
okay. So we're live on YouTube. So yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you were going to give us your argument for why all ethical propositions have to be based on
And a
scientific theory.
scientific method
Wait, before that, if this is going
and
to
a
be a
cultural
debate,
ethical
This is
thing.
such a bad troll.
This is not going to
you
be a
suck,
debate.
bro.
This is not going to be a debate. This is either going to be
You're embarrassing all the good trolls,
providing
my
what
guy.
you either you're providing what you said you'd provide, or you're not. Are you going to provide it, or are you going to talk meta?
wait, we need
There's
meta.
no wait. Either you
You are
start your argument,
the people in the
or
other Discord
you're not
server
doing
that are
it.
laughing, shaming them. Bring
The
dishonor
answer
to your
seems to be
family.
no.
Meat tastes
Apparently,
good,
you said you were going to
therefore,
provide your
scientifically,
argument, and now you're not going to.
No, before we start, I just need to do some meta. So
Oh,
This
yeah.
is not a debate. This is you
Sorry.
providing an argument you said you would, and me listening to you.
okay, I just need to know who is my
Yeah.
counterparty. Who am I having? I
There
need
is
to
no
Just
counterparty
It's just
because
gonna
you're not having a
distract a little
debate.
bit.
There is no counterparty. You said you'd provide an argument to us as a group. Now do so.
Yalla, bro. Don't leave us blue ball. Give the argument, bro.
Mr. Slave, how does
Will
Mr. Garrison
you
feel?
provide an argument? Yes. What does he proceed to do? Set up his camera equipment and say, I want the rules of the debate. No one's agreed to a debate. Just give the argument you said you'd give.
Give him a minute. He's turning on his Razer signups.
I mean, I'm
He's
just trying
revving the
to
engine.
let me repost. I copy
The
pasted.
cogs are turning. The cogs are turning.
Eventually, I'm
Let
going
me
to give an
just
argument.
click over here and just
have
let
10 more
these
minutes until I
neurons
get home.
fire for a little bit.
I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not in the next 10 minutes an argument surfaces.
Let me just let the oxygen diffuse from the air into my alveoli for a little quick second there.
Take a breath.
Okay. Anyway, so my proposition is that I mean, I could try and phrase veganism as a scientific proposition, as a proper.
I'm sorry, but that isn't what you said you would do. I'm going to repeat it. You don't need to frame it. It's already framed. You said you were going to provide an argument that all ethical propositions have to be based on scientific facts. Now do so.
Well, you just gonna need this here brain electricity to do its thing first.
Or say that you bespoke and go, actually, I don't have an argument that all ethical propositions must be based on scientific facts. You can do that as well if you
No.
Yeah, I need the causal chain of the universe to just go from cause to effect and then from cause to effect again. Just give me a quick little minute.
Okay, let me speak, please. If you're
So long as you address the argument, that's fine. Speak away. You can have all the time uninterrupted, so long as you are addressing your argument, which is all ethical propositions have to be based on scientific theories. Go.
That's actually not my claim.
He is only talking about veganism. Be quiet.
Excellent. So when I asked you if you could prove that, you misspoke when you said yes. Actually, you agree that ethical positions do not have to be based on scientific theories. Excellent. In that case, nobody is in disagreement with you.
No. You cut me off mid-sentence. Please don't do that again. So,
like the worst.
I mean, I'll certainly keep doing it if I feel you're off track, but you can give it a go. Get started, and let's see.
Mr. Slade, you're making my day.
I'm sorry.
I'm too stoned for this. Like, come on now.
Okay.
I need you to hurry this up and get a move on because you're so fucking dumb right now. Like,
right now, all I'm trying to do is, for some reason, when I asked, can you give an argument that all ethical positions are based on scientific facts, the answer I got was yes. Then after messing around with streaming and so on, your answer is actually that's not your claim. And if that's not your claim, then we're all in agreement. So is it your claim or not? I don't want to know about other claims. I just want to know whether you hold this.
Okay, let me just speak my mind. I wasn't listening to you for a second. Let me
Let
just
him
speak.
boot up his Windows Movie Maker.
Let me just speak my
Come
mind.
on, bro. You got to make it a little believable.
Let him turn on his Windows Movie Maker. And
All right, you guys gonna let me speak?
You
No,
gotta
we're
make it
not.
a
I'm
little.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm here from the local pig union, Porker 433, and we're
Bro,
shutting
this is
veganism
gotta give it a
down.
little
We're
space,
shutting it
bro.
down, sir.
So the problem is that we're all extremely aware that what your interest is coming in and defining veganism a certain way, defining scientific theory, defining moral a certain way, blah, blah, blah. And I personally don't imagine anyone else is interested. Maybe they are. What I was interested in was a very simple singular claim. Do ethics require science? And your answer seems to be no. In which case, we're all in agreement and we're
No. You're not
No.
letting me speak, and you keep repeating yourself.
No.
I do keep repeating. Very, very rarely do people have to speak when they say, "May I please have a wide runway where I can talk a lot of shit for a lot?" It's unlikely you get a yes to that. Just start speaking and see what happens, like I'm doing.
I'll try.
Yeah.
But, okay, so I'll clarify my position. So in general, in general,
You can't keep his mask up. Oh, you're fat, bro.
I needed to
You
mute
blew
myself.
your
I'm not
load,
gonna
bro.
stop.
okay. In general, in order to have a debate, or I mean, the purpose of a debate is to
Oh my! Are you defining a fucking debate?
yeah.
Get a move on, dickhead.
I'm interested in why you're defining a debate to people not in a debate.
Yes, I'm interested in
Oh my
defining.
fucking god, dude! Just give the damn argument. Premise
I'm so
one
pissed
X.
off.
Everyone is blue
Premise
balls as
two
fuck,
Y.
bro.
After
Conclusion.
we do the rules of the debate, can you give us the rules of a wrestling?
The truth is, I can barely
Do you
hear
know that the moon is made of cheese?
Wallace and Gromit proved it. Wallace and Gromit proved it.
Can you please give the argument now?
All right,
Who's gonna do
please.
Listen. I'm just going to jump out of a sec. This is a waste. But Michaels, before I go, I have a joke for you. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. There's a guy walking around Belfast at the height of the Troubles. This is before Good Friday. He's really worried
Yes.
about it. He knows that there's bad things around every corner. At a
Yes.
certain point, somebody grabs him by the back of the neck, pulls him down an alley, puts a gun to his head, and says, "Are you Catholic or are you Protestant?"
Right.
And the guy, in fear for his life, says, I neither. I'm Jewish." And the
Right.
person behind him goes, "Well, aren't I the luckiest Arab in Belfast?"
All right. I don't know what just happened.
I said, "Did you get the last line?"
No, I didn't get the
No.
punchline.
No, you
I
got
said,
cut
"Oh,
out.
the last line was." He says, "Are you Catholic or are you Protestant?" He goes, "No, I'm Jewish." And the guy goes, "Well, aren't I the luckiest Arab in Belfast?"
Why is he
That's pretty fucking good. That's pretty
pretty good.
fucking good.
I don't get
That's
it.
nice.
It's a very Belfast Central thing. You wouldn't get it.
Oh, I'm not.
The Arab Jews were at each war with one another.
Wait, what happened? Are they gonna like have intercourse? What? I don't get it. What's
Mr. Slave.
did the Arab and the Jew end up hooking up?
Is this Mr. Slave Guy a troll?
Of
The Arabs
course.
and the
Yeah,
Jews were
Mr.
enemies.
Slave, can I ask you a question? How does Lemmy Winks feel?
But Arabs and Jews are not contradictions. You can be an
How does
Let
Arab.
me
Lemmy
wings. Let me wings.
You can be an Arab and a Jew. Like,
Arab and Jew is not a contradiction.
right, there are Jews that live in Arab
Do,
countries.
do
They
you
are Arab
do you eat
Jews.
meat? Plants?
Hey,
The
Mr.
worst
Slave,
part
like what
ever.
mental disability do you have?
It doesn't have a mental disability. It's just
Like, why is he
lying.
talking so slow?
He's just
Because
LARP. It's part of the
brain
LARP.
is
It's part
running
of the
on a
act, bro.
1992 Dell.
He's acting.
Pretending to be Mr. Batman's son or something?
speak slowly because
Welcome to the world of the future.
Acting.
The
but there's
world
a
of
reason.
tomorrow.
There is a reason why I speak slow. The reason is
Because you are slow.
That's not my reason. I actually have a reason. What you're saying
Good for you. Good for you.
is maybe the
And if you
cause.
stay, I'm gonna tell you the reason.
The reason.
The reason for the season.
So the reason for the veganism.
Anyway, so going back
So,
to my theory
To
of what
the
a debate
reason.
is.
debate.
All right, you're boring, you know.
How about we not do that?
Yeah. Let's go somewhere fun. Let's talk about fun things.
Imagine listening to this on his stream.
Jesus Christ. Are you gonna like? Is your stream title Epic Fails? Like,
Wait, are all of you guys Irish?
no.
Oh, you all sound Irish.
Yeah.
I'm Irish. Speak for yourself.
I actually like Irish
Good for you.
people. I like Irish
Top
people.
of the morning, PM.
Top of the morning to you there, lads.
Anyway, let's restart the discussion.
Please no.
Are you reading the scriptures?
Please no. I'm not.
I thought that
I'm
was
not
just
saying
what was
that.
going on. Weren't you guys discussing veganism?
Yeah. No, we've been trying to, but this idiot doesn't want to get a move on. He's like speaking at the fucking I don't even know what the fuck. He's reading off the world's slowest teleprompter.
Constantly talking over everybody all the fucking time.
And the reason for the
Well,
debate.
who's taking the side of the
The
vegans?
reason. Let's
Okay.
get back to it.
Look,
The reason
in a
for the
debate,
debate. The debate?
we try.
Let's
How come you
debate.
like speak faster, Mr. Slaven, than like all of your YouTube videos?
I mean, you can read
Because he actually has.
Stop eating the animals. I say it again. Stop eating the animals, please.
I just had
Who's
steak and
the
eggs.
vegan?
Well, I had
Who's the
cheesy
vegan?
eggs actually for breakfast. That's so good.
Okay. So, does anyone want to have a discussion?
Not really.
Well, then we have a problem.
They need
Well, I don't know about you, but I need someone who speaks faster than Chills.
Yeah. What do you want to discuss? Are you able to keep up with it?
Can you
Well,
put your
I
bot in
posted-
2 times speed?
I posted my proposition, and I'm trying to.
Are you reading off Chat GPT?
No, I've never used ChatGPT.
Good for you.
Actually, yeah.
Don't.
Oh, actually, maybe I did. Oh, I think we did. Like we did quantum
Yeah, to
gravity.
make this vegan argument.
Yeah. The search history says you do use.
Yeah, I actually
You want to
debated.
discuss how the Christians here are just fucking up.
I actually debated ChatGPT on quantum gravity, and it was
Wow.
actually lovely.
Oh my God, you're so smart. Can I have your autograph?
No, the point
You
is
must be
that
like Sheldon Cooper.
it's very difficult to debate people because you see what happens. But ChatGPT like answers, and responds, and you can have a normal debate and actually think, and it's fun. With
No,
humans,
but do you hear that sound?
Your claim
Do you
seems
hear-
like kind of
Yeah.
retarded, by the way.
Do you
Like
hear
this
that
idea.
sound? No way.
It's
Do you hear that sound? It's the world's smallest fucking violin.
So you don't like my claim? You don't like my proposition?
No, it's just like super dumb.
Could you espouse?
Yeah, so the proposition is veganism is utter nonsense.
Somebody is echoing like mad.
Veganism is not a scientific theory. I don't know why it needs to be a scientific theory in order to not be utter nonsense. That's weird. But
if it's
veganism
not
does not make any verifiable claims. That's not true about the universe. Veganism is not falsifiable. Some veganistic views are definitely falsifiable. Therefore, veganism is devoid of any meaning. And then another, therefore, veganism is utter nonsense, which is just a reiteration of the first proposition.
Wait. When you say that it's devoid of any meaning, not the guy that was just speaking, but the guy who's actually has this as his position, please tell me you're not advocating like some type of positivism.
I don't know what that word means.
Like you're not endorsing the verification principle, the idea that if you can't verify something, it has no like semantic content.
Well, that sounds like exactly my position. Either what you say is scientific or it doesn't have any meaning.
Okay, so how do you verify, say, a law of logic?
A law of logic is verifiable, and it's verifiable.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Any argument,
self-referential.
any argument for the law of logic will presuppose the law of logic and therefore be circular.
Well, let's go
Objective
through.
and substantive.
Pick a law of logic and let's stress test it. I claim that it's verifiable. Go.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah,
Yeah,
the problem
hold on,
is
wait,
any
no.
argument we give will be viciously circular because
Yeah.
proof presupposes the laws of logic.
Let's try. Present your law of logic that you think is
The
not
three
verifiable.
classical laws of logic.
Name one.
Law of identity, law of excluded middle.
Wait a minute. So let's take the law of identity. So a thing is itself, if I understand it correctly. That's not verifiable?
A is A.
Is that not verifiable?
Correct. It is not verifiable. If you attempt to verify it, you will presuppose it and therefore be arguing in a circle. It'll be
Then
like
maybe-
saying you're guilty.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Then maybe I don't understand the law of identity. A thing
I'm
is
falling into the linguistic paragraph.
Look, an argument is circular when the conclusion or the premises depend upon the truth of the conclusion. Any argument you give for like the law of logic, the premises will depend upon the law of identity. So that's just going to entail a viciously circular argument.
I completely lost you. I'm not smart. But listen, I mean, the
Yeah.
thing
We can
is
tell.
itself, as far as I'm concerned, that's just what we perceive in nature as permanence. Things seem to be permanent on a human time scale.
Yeah, but that thing isn't a verifiable claim. To say A is A, when you say, "Hey, look, here's A," there's going to be an underlying like presumption there that it is A, and that A is going to stay itself.
What is the presumption? I don't understand.
That A is A.
What's the presumption? A thing is itself. A thing is itself is just restating the law of permanence. What we perceive, what we verify, what we can
Mr. Streamer. Mr. Streamer, are you aware of the problem of induction?
The problem of induction. Wait, are we done with the law of identity? Did we?
No. I'm staying up on your scientific reasoning and verifiability. Are you aware of the problem of induction? If not, quickly look it up in a search engine of your choice.
Wait a minute. Are we discussing the law of identity? I claim it's verifiable. It's observable. A thing is.
I'm going to show you now that everything you claim to be verifiable scientifically isn't actually the case, and in accordance with the scientific community itself. And all you have to do to confirm this or verify this for yourself is to look up the problem of induction, which will educate you that it is impossible to conduct the same experiment twice. Everything runs or is worked off, as that other guy was trying to explain to you, logic or probability theory or a combination of them both, seeing as probability theory is governed by logic itself.
Okay,
so
are we done?
I think this is the less of the two, like the less of like the two interesting things that can be tackled, right? Like it seems like you're saying that there's no like verifiable claims, and that veganism isn't like falsifiable, which just is not going to be true because presumably some or a good portion of vegans are going to claim something along the lines of like some type of moral system. And if you can like falsify the moral system, then you falsify their position. And as long as their moral system has some like some verification process, then
sure. But the scientific method that verifies any aspect of life works off probability theory rather than an exact.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing.
All right, cool.
Anyway, I don't think science like produces 100% certainty, obviously.
Anyway,
so, and that cripples that Mr. Streamer's stance or what any stance he thinks he has.
Mr. Slave, see your stream? Is that like on YouTube?
Yes.
Yeah, click his YouTube and he's live.
Is that YouTube like on the internet?
Yes, YouTube on
the Wow.
The internet YouTube.
Anyway,
I am able, after much consideration, it took me 24 hours. I was able to repurpose veganism and pose it as a scientific theory. If you want, I can proclaim it to you and you can test it. Would you like that?
Please no.
Well, how can the moral, like, how are you going to prove a moral proposition with science?
If you're a moral
Well,
naturalist.
I'd be glad to present it when you're ready. Okay, I'll present it. So the way I would pose veganism is as follows, is that veganism produces the most, or the veganism is the optimal solution to the universe, to happiness, let's say, if we measure happiness. So veganism is the optimal mathematically. We can introduce actually mathematical equations. So we can introduce math into the theory, which strengthens the
Have you
theory.
just rewritten the Scientology book into fucking veganism?
Yeah, Mr. Streamer, right? Yeah.
Oh,
As far as you're aware, Mr. Streamer, as far as you're aware, is it possible to eat meat as a vegan?
Yes, of course.
It is.
Dr. Avi said so.
Okay, cool. In what? Give me an example. Give me an example of how a vegan can eat meat morally.
I'll give you two examples.
Lab grown meat.
No.
No, I'm on about an animal.
Yes.
Well, that's not. But you didn't specify animal meat. You just said
yes.
meat.
Yes.
All right, then I'll amend it. Seeing as you brought up that brilliant point about processed meat made in a laboratory, right? Yeah, I'm on about an actual animal being killed by a vegan to eat. Is that possible under the philosophy of veganism? Yes or no? Or answer whatever you did.
Dr. Avi agreed with both of the following examples that I will give you. Example 1, roadkill. Example 2, if you need to kill an animal to save your life. In both cases, Dr. Avi agreed you can eat the animal.
Most vegans probably won't agree with roadkill. It's probably more beneficial for the ecosystem to leave it and let other obligated carnivores eat it. So
yeah, and then let that be passed back down through the entire ecosystem and into the mycelium roots, and then passed beyond into all the other systems, and
Let's
therefore.
assume it's an empty ecosystem. There is no. You are the ecosystem. It's only you and the animal. You just found
a hypothetical. So you're using a hypothetical as your argument.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me ask you.
A thing that is very real, veganism.
Would you then agree that it's ethical to eat the animal?
As it's from the standpoint as I am a true green-blooded vegan. No, because my entire system is that I don't want to eat animal products at all.
Why not?
Because I'm a vegan.
No.
Have you ever met a vegan? They're annoying.
You're begging the question.
They don't like.
Why are you a vegan? Why don't you want to eat animals? Why?
Because in my ethical standpoint, I believe that I can get all of my nutrients, macronutrients, vitamins, so on and so forth, all of those from a plant source.
You didn't
and
answer the question.
From
You
other
did not
plant
answer the
sources.
question. I asked you why not.
I would ethically, I would not eat meat because I think it is unethical to kill.
Why is it not?
Or to eat an animal.
But let's wait. But I just gave you a hypothetical.
Yes.
The animal is already
and in that
dead.
Hypothetical, I would still not.
But why not?
As far as I'm concerned, every time I wash a piece of fruit or vegetable before consumption, I'm killing tens of thousands of microorganisms. And me and you and the sheep and the cows and everything, and as far as the cosmos is concerned, if you consider the ratio of the sun and the moon and the cosmos as a scientific model that we're all basing this science off, right? Yeah. So if you're in agreement with one, you're in agreement with all. Then we're all on Earth microorganisms in contrast to the universe. So every time you wash a piece of fruit and vegetable, right? Yeah, you're killing microorganisms, much like a meat eater kills a cow.
Anyway,
how is this even going to prove the moral premises anyway?
Yeah. So let's get back to my proposition.
All you do is shift the moral argument. You shift the moral argument along to microorganisms. There's still life forms. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, everything that Irish guy was saying was right. Like he doesn't just want to go around causing unnecessary harm to other living creatures if he can help it, but he's still got to fucking eat, man. And vegetables don't scream out in pain, and the microorganisms that are on them don't either that you can hear. So what you can't hear scream doesn't really affect you that much.
I'm
Look,
lost.
like
I'm lost in the dialogue tree. Could we please restart from my
Right.
proposition?
I don't want
what
to
your
kill. I don't want to
proposition, in
kill a
order to prove your,
semi-sentient
oh
animal.
my God.
There you go. That's it. I don't want to kill it. I don't want to eat it. That's it. There's
In
vegan
order
for you.
to prove the proposition against or for veganism, like the ethical proposition is going to just be you should or should not eat animals. Like whatever argument you give had better end up in a conclusion of you should or should not eat animals.
No, that's not
Right?
true. We already disproved
No,
that.
that's
It
not.
has
That doesn't
nothing
have
to
to
do with that.
necessarily be the conclusion.
Necessarily a fact.
We already
The
proved.
conclusion just needs to be that it's like immoral to eat animals.
That's what that's
No,
gonna
that's
what
not
it's
a
gonna be. It
scientific
should
claim.
good. That's what should is immoral or moral.
No, not wait. So different like ethical theories are gonna like be devoid of normativity if you take David Hume's is odd distinction to be true. You'll just say that this is immoral and that the system has no oughts, so no normativity in
Well,
it. And
it
that's
ceases to be immoral. It
yeah,
ceases to be immoral when you change one word. As soon as you lift out animals and replace it with life form, it ceases to be immoral because you can't eat anything that ceases to be a life form, whether it be a plant, the microorganisms on it, and everything. And it has been scientifically proven, actually, that plants, when cut down and chopped up, and trees, etc., send out distress signals to their counterparts in their local vicinity. So they do. It's been proven scientifically now that plants and trees and all the greenery around us actually communicates with one another
Does
around
anyone
it.
want to contend with my proposition? Yes or no? Because otherwise, I gotta go.
I don't even know what your proposition is.
Well, it's pasted. I'll paste it again.
I already explained why it was dumb.
That's not an argument.
Yeah, I did. I told you that there is verifiable claims, such as like people who are going to be moral naturalists that are vegan. That means that that is verifiable, and then you can falsify it by like showing that that position is wrong or saying that like there are no like objective morals. So yeah,
Wait,
it
could
is
you slow
verifiable.
down? You're using
No.
terminology.
All you've got to do is show a contradiction in their argument. You're quite right.
Yeah, I'm not seeing how
But that
the
doesn't mean
premise
they're
of-
not good-hearted people. They're still good-hearted people. Just because their arguments are not 100% sound within the philosophy of logic, and you can ridicule them in any type of debate. That doesn't mean they're not good-hearted, nice people that just don't want to cause any harm in the world. They are that. They are exactly that, and you shouldn't really beat up on them that much.
I think the easiest debunk of that argument is just going to be unfalsifiable claims are meaningful.
Okay,
Veganism isn't even unfalsifiable.
So, I mean, if you're debating something that is not scientific, I don't understand what you're debating. If it's not verifiable, so how can we?
I just told you it's verifiable. Why are you just reiterating your dumb position again?
Okay,
Well, he's answering me.
Wait, veganism is verifiable?
Yes.
Okay, could you make a short statement? Could you make a short?
Yeah, it is objectively the case that it is immoral to kill animals or like certain sentient beings. Animals are sentient beings, therefore it's immoral to kill and eat them. And if you think that morality is directly derivative of natural processes, that is verifiable.
Wait, slow down. In order for something to be scientific, right, you need to make a prediction that is testable. Could you please make a prediction that is testable?
Yeah, morality is derivative and is an emergent property in nature.
Can we observe morality under the microscope?
If it is an emergent property in nature, we should be able to directly or indirectly observe it. Yes.
What is the experiment by which I can?
No fucking clue.
It's
I'm not.
epigenetic.
I'm not. I'm not a
Hang on,
vegan.
I'll answer the question. I'll answer the question. You can't obviously see it under a microscope. Stop being facetious. It's called epigenetic. Look it up.
I mean, wait. You're
Are you
saying
trying to claim that? Are you trying to, Mr. Streamer? Are you trying to claim that epigenetics is not now scientific and doesn't use the scientific method? Because I can quite assure you.
no?
There's
I
lots of
mean,
things that we believe in science that don't follow
and
it
you
directly.
can't see it under a microscope.
the theory of epigenetics is, as far as I'm concerned, there are experiments we can conduct and prove or disprove the theory of epigenetics. I don't see the issue.
But morality is a byproduct of it's epigenetics, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's something that is cannot be located within the genes of any one human being, or when analysed under a microscope, as you're saying. But it is evident, which is what the Irish guy was saying, in life. The fact that it's in life and we adhere to it in some sort of fashion proves its existence in some regard, regardless of whether it could be observed under a microscope or not. And I'm saying there is a branch of science. Let me finish. 10 more seconds. I'm saying there is a branch of science that uses a scientific method, and it's called epigenetics, that explains all this that you're trying to say doesn't exist.
No, that's fine. That's fine. So you're saying that morality, you can, it's observable. It's a scientific morality is a scientific observable.
It would fall under the scope of epigenetics. Yeah, it's a trait
I-
and quality. It's a trait and a quality of what is called human beings, right? Yeah, that cannot be observed genetically.
So you're saying that morality is like a part of psychology, that we can experiment using the field of psychology and discover a subfield
Somewhat.
of morality within psychology. That's what you're saying?
Have you ever been in love? Do
Well,
you love anyone or anything?
That's ad hominem, but I'm familiar with the scientific.
I'm not trying to be ad hominem. I'm
That's
trying
a
to
long word for you.
compare morality to love. I'm trying to compare morality to love. I'm trying to compare morality to love and trying to convince you, is there any way you could ever look or observe love under a microscope ever?
Right, love is a scientific phenomenon that I'm familiar with, and I'm agreeing with you. I'm trying to agree with you. I'm trying to
morality under the same bracket as love.
Yes. I'm trying to steelman you're barging into an open door. I'm trying to steelman your position that morality is an effect of psychology. That's fine, and therefore it
Right,
is.
and I'm not trying to push through an open door. I'm pushing you through a door you're refusing to walk through.
I don't.
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not sure we have a disagreement. I'm trying to steelman. I'm still trying to steelman your.
Yeah,
position.
Mr. Slave, you're just talking really slow, bro. Like he's saying, you can have morality if, look, the phenomena would just be the same as like beauty, and if the hypothesis based off the phenomena that we observe is that it's an emergent property in nature, we would just have to have some kind of like test or something to like perform, and then if we can like repeat it, then that's just gonna like be in line with the scientific method.
But then morality is just an instinct, right? If you're saying it's part of psychology, then it's just mechanical, right? There's no morality sewn into the fabric of the universe. It's just an emergent property of how the animal human behaves under certain conditions.
I don't know if that follows.
It's
but he's
similar.
used the word instinct. He's used the word instinct in order to back up his definition. It's like,
similar.
can you observe instincts under a microscope? You can't. But you're willing to concede that they exist. You're willing to concede that instincts exist, and yet they cannot be observed under any like observable nature under a microscope.
I'm with you. I'm on your side. I just completed steelmanning your position, and I introduced the problem with that position, and you're not responding.
You didn't introduce a problem. You didn't introduce a problem because what you thought you introduced, you used a key word, which was instinct, and that means you concede that instincts exist. So you concede then that the morality exists as a scientific premise, right?
Yes.
That can be observed by genetics. Cool. Well, you never said that to begin with, and you questioned the Irish guys if you didn't know this, and now you're making out that it was already an open door to walk through. But I didn't hear you mention it.
This is painful.
Okay,
I'm
so
actually so fucking mind-numbingly bored right now. Like, honestly, you have killed my high, and it
You
is
should just go to a different VC.
so unfortunate.
anyway,
So, like, is anyone? Let's just make sure we're all like on the same page. Is anyone in here actually a moral realist?
I
I
am.
don't,
Nope.
I don't know what that means.
I'm a moral realist.
I'm
Okay.
amoral.
So, the moral realist guy, were you one of the participants just now?
Yeah, I'm not a vegan, but I'm a moral realist.
What's a
Sweet,
moral
sweet.
realist?
A moral
I think that
realist.
there's objectively true propositions about morality. It's weird that you have like vegan discussions and don't know what like moral realism is, dude. That's like super cringe. Instead of being like a retard and talking like 2 words a minute, you should probably do some reading on the Stanford before coming into VCs to have these conversations. It's crazy.
He's streaming this like he's a debate me, bro. That's the fucking crazy thing about it.
So a moral realist is what?
A moral realism is defined by the belief in stance-independent moral truths. So if you're a moral realist, you believe that you have reason to do something even if you personally don't desire to do it. Like, let's say you had only one desire, and that was to kill and rape. That was it. You don't eat because you want to eat. You eat because you know that if you don't, you can't kill and rape. Under moral realism, they're going to say that guy, even though he only wants to kill and rape, shouldn't kill and rape. The second you go, okay, well, he should or shouldn't kill or rape because he has a desire, you become an anti-realist. You're saying that these are stance-dependent truths.
Okay, I'm lost. Is moral realism, is it a
Holy.
scientific claim about the universe or is it utter nonsense?
Yes, moral naturalism can be, and I don't like. Why are you like one of these scientism people that think that the only way we can come to have knowledge is through the scientific method? That is so fucking unbelievably stupid.
Dry microscope.
No, not necessarily the microscope. You can use a telescope. You can use experiments.
Oh my god, why would someone make that comment for him to hyperfixate on, dude? You can come to conclusions without using the scientific method.
How?
You can have sound arguments.
Literally just failing to report a discovery would constitute going against the scientific methods. It ends in publishing.
Anyway, is moral realism, so you agree that moral realism is not a scientific claim about the universe. So as far as
I do, he doesn't.
It can be, yes. Depending on, yes, I'm a moral realist and a moral naturalist. So yes, I do think that you can have that it can fit within the scientific method. But even if it couldn't, I could give you some type of sound argument, a sound syllogism, and if all of the premises are true and the conclusion follows from the premises, that's a reason to think that it's the case that isn't in line with the scientific method.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
Well, no. That I'm just debunking what you just like your position. That if you agree, you concede. Right? The argument's over.
I'll gladly concede. Present how
Okay,
you do it.
base.
You
No,
said
Ah, man, that hurt my rib. Shit, that actually.
What do you mean? No. Wait, hold on. I'm saying you can come to knowledge through other means other than the scientific method,
ahead.
right? You can have reasons to think something is true.
Show me.
You would just agreed, so you conceded.
Show me the
I don't
way.
have to show you. You conceded.
I'm lost. All right, let's get back.
I know you're lost.
Let's get back to my proposition. Does anyone disagree?
Your proposition is dumb. We just disproved it. You just conceded. Why would we go back to the thing you just conceded?
I asked you to show me how you come to knowledge not by the scientific method. I'm still waiting. When you're ready, present your evidence. For now, let's get back to my proposition.
Oh, okay. Here you go. I'll give you a syllogism. Right here, I'll just go to my Google Doc. I'll give you I can either give you like the logical problem of evil. That's a pretty decent syllogism that I think if all the premises are true, the conclusion follows. Or we can just do this one because your brain is smaller, so we'll do this one because it's easier syllogism. All right. Premise 1: God knows the choice C that would
Wait,
that
is
he would
God
make.
observable
Premise 2:
scientifically?
hold on. This is an
Let
argument
him finish
against God,
speaking.
you monkey. So God knows the choice C that he would make.
When
2,
you
it is
say
not necessary
God,
that C
wait,
occur.
could you slow
Can
down?
you?
You try
No,
to
you
convince
can
me.
read it. You can read it. It's in Panhandlers. I'm not going to slow down. I'm not retarded. So, it is now necessary that C occur. Premise
you're
3,
not-
if it is now necessary
you're
that C
not-
occur, then C cannot be otherwise. This is that there are no actual possibilities due to necessity. Premise 4, if he cannot do otherwise, when he acts, he is not acting freely. Principle of alternative possibilities. Conclusion, therefore, God does not have free will, and presumably it's the case that God is going to be analytically defined as a being, the creator of the universe with free will. And if that's the case, the secondary conclusion is going to be that God does not exist. Now, if all of these premises are true, then the conclusion follows that either God has no free will or does not exist. And I'm not using the scientific method here.
Yeah, I'll break it down a bit simpler. Yeah, Mr. Streamer, when I was in the womb in my mum's belly, right now, scientifically, was I learning anything? The sounds around me, my mother's like vibrations and that. Would I have known familiar scents and sounds when I come out of the womb, according to science? Yes or no? Affirmative or negative?
I think there's evidence to suggest affirmative.
All right, so I've acquired knowledge then, haven't I, without any knowledge of the scientific method, correct?
Incorrect.
Oh, so as an infant in the womb, I acquired knowledge, but I also learned about the scientific method before I did so.
Well, you don't need to explicitly understand the scientific method in order to use it. All creatures in the universe use the scientific method implicitly.
I don't. Your argument isn't hold water. Your argument doesn't hold water. You've agreed that I was learning in the womb before I come out with it, before any knowledge of any language. Right? Yeah.
All
You've
creatures
conceded
in
to
the
it.
universe, regardless of language, use the
The
scientific
method. The scientific method ends in publishing or like reporting your findings. Who did the baby report his findings to?
No, it's not
The scientific method ends in double-blind testing. So
no. The scientific
Yeah,
method is just AKA basic intelligence.
okay, wait. So look, this is why I just want you to read what I put in the side where you can come to conclusions, right? Which is going to be some like acquirance of knowledge without using a scientific method. If you don't mind just looking at that and explaining why.
Speaking angels.
I just knocked him out of the ballpark. The fetus in the womb learns before ever learning a language. A 2-year-old is learning before like acquiring a complete set of vocabulary. This guy is completely fucking trolling everybody in this room completely.
No,
and that must have been evident when he said, "You don't need to use a microscope; you can use a telescope."
This conversation is holding me
I knew he was
hostage.
This
Yeah,
is
this
insane.
is kidnapping at this point. You're holding me hostage with this conversation.
Let me check. We've been streaming for 43 minutes. Okay.
That's good enough for your YouTube channel. Bye bye.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
All right. I hope you get.
Let me just.
Hope you get a new subscriber goal.
Just give me.
Enjoy your
Just
300 subs. Yo.
Just give me a few seconds to make concluding remarks, and then I'll be on my.
Yep.
Oh, they shut me up. Wow.
We got more pressing matters. We've lost an angel.
Wait, I
Okay,
just
we
want to
lost
say
him.
good. I just want to thank everyone. I actually enjoyed this conversation.
No, thank you.
I actually learned a lot from all your inputs.
Yeah. Mr. Streamer, I'm going to put this up on my channel too. Come check it out afterwards. All right.
Wait, what? What are you doing?
I'm going to put this entire conversation up on my channel too. So you can come and check it out there from a different perspective.
Post the link. I'll gladly join your channel. Anyway, I
cool.
don't know about you guys. I enjoyed the conversation. I learned a lot. I think it was a very productive conversation for me, albeit a little bit.
Somebody shoot me in the head now.
Well, I learned a lot, and I'm trying to prepare for my debate with Vegan Gains on this proposition. So this is really
You should abandon the positivism because it's a self-refuting ideology.
I don't know anything about that. All right, everyone. Thank you. Have a great rest of the day. Bye bye. All right. Okay, so that was somewhat productive. No complaints here. Do we have 3 likes? I think we have 3 likes. Well, mine is one of them, so we have 2 likes. All right, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I had a good time. I learned a little bit here and there. It was an interesting discussion. Bye-bye for now.